It's Thursday night. You know what that means. It's time for Magic and Martinis. Please welcome your host, Scott Wells.
Well, hello, and actually, this is not Magic and Martinis night, but this is going to be, although I'm wearing my Martini shirt over here officially just for you guys then as well. Thank you guys for tuning in for a box opening. This is something a little bit different. I've done these a time or two in the past, and people seem to kind of like these, so I thought that I would do some more of them. I just had recently returned from the I.B.M. convention in Atlanta, and I'm going to be attending the FISM convention in Quebec, just leaving tomorrow. So that's going to be going on next week, and so you'll be able to hear those updates on a daily basis. If you can't make it, I will be reporting that on the Magic Word Podcast.com. So today we have, this is going to be short and sweet. That's why it's called Sweetener Rabbit. This is kind of a clever thing. One of the things that, again, I'd seen when I was performing when I was at the I.B.M. convention by one of the dealers. And I want to, first of all, show you, hey there, Nigel. Cheers to you then, too. So first of all, I want to show you a little video of what the trick actually is. This is just less than a minute. So here we go.
This is one of my favorites. You let them select any sweetener packet you want at a restaurant or whatever. You rip it, have them rip it open. You have them pour it into the middle of their hand. Then all you do is pinch it. And then you start rubbing it. And you rub it, and rub it, and rub it, and you end up with a nice little rabbit in the hand. Every magician should be able to make a rabbit appear. Little Sweetener Rabbit. Fun trick. Hope you enjoy.
Available over here at
DaytonaMagic.com.
There you go. Short and sweet. And as I said, hey, Nigel, glad you're joining us. And also to Jeffrey. Be seeing you very shortly soon as well, my friend. And so that's the trick. So I had ordered that, and I got it right here. So it came in a very lightweight box. Obviously, there's not much to it. I mean, you stop and think there's just a sponge bunny that's going to be inside this thing. It's really kind of small. Yeah, Danny, you know, I agree. That does look pretty amazing, and that is something that I think that's what appealed to me, is the fact that it looked like something that could definitely be just carried in your pocket very easily, and would work well not only at restaurants, but also if you're just going to be doing some walk around. Obviously doesn't take up much space at all, like a whole bunch of rabbits would. And so if you're called upon to be a magician or to do some magic, then perhaps this would be then the thing to say, hey, yeah, you know, show me some magic, and if you're at a restaurant, this is perfect. That's kind of what I thought. So let me cut this open. I don't have a fear of cutting into the soft sponge, but get this out of the way. Nice priority mail boxing, and inside, what do we have here? Is it's the receipt invoice, and then covered with a little bit of popcorn, and then we have another box within a box, kind of like a magic trick, right? Oh, hey, from England. Thank you, Kevin. Hello. I enjoyed being on your show, by the way. Once that gets up and on your channel, let me know, and I will share that then as well for those who might have missed that little tete-a-tete. That was fun. So, let me see about getting this part open without injuring myself with this knife. Okay. Little bit of packaging there, and then what do we got on the inside of the box? There we go. Oh, that's kind of cool. First of all, there are some instructions, which I would think by watching the video you wouldn't need much more instruction than just that video tutorial, but there is a little, about 2 paragraphs of instructions on this then as well. And here's what's kind of cool. It appears that you get 5 different rabbits, so that if you lose one, which they can easily do if you keep it in your pocket, you're going to perhaps wash your pants and it gets destroyed or lost or something, then you have an extra then as well. And hey, Hal, good to see you there, Damien. Appreciate you tuning in then too and watching this little box opening thing. And of course, you get some practice sweeten lows. Now, as I said, it's called Sweetener Rabbit. You can use, as it was explained, you could use any kind of sweetener. It's just going to be a white powdery type of substance, and then this is going to be, it seems like it's kind of thing held between the, like this, and crushed down, so it's just kind of rolled like this, so it's between your fingers. I mean, it's imperceptible pretty much from all angles. So when you go into the hand to pick this up, and just kind of massage it around, and then by rubbing it, then making that appear. I mean, this is just right out of the box. You talk about something. This is not self-working, because if self-working things mean you'd set it up and walk away and they'll send you a check. But no, this is something it is so easy. Goodness, this is... okay, this is a good question. What would you rate the skill level, and can you use salt if working in a restaurant? And the answer is absolutely beginner, and salt can be used if you're working in a restaurant or wherever you happen to be at someone's home. And just they may not have sweetener, but they got salt at the table. You can pull that out, do the same thing. White is white, whether it's salt or powdered sugar or anything that's confectioner sugar or whatever else that's kind of a white powder or a sugar or salt. So yeah, good question. As I said, it is obviously a beginner's type of a trick that is nothing more. These are actually crafted by Goshman. As I understand from what Harry Allen was telling me, that Goshman makes these things and ships them to him, because the ones you normally see, of course, are orange, or maybe a couple of black ones. But this is the first time I've actually seen a white one, and it was a very clever idea. Again, kind of rolling it up and imperceptible over there, and then going into your hand with pouring some salt, and then rubbing that around, popping it up. I mean, yeah, it is very basic. Yeah, hey, Danny, good to hear from you. Yeah, it is a pretty cool idea. Any ideas while keeping the sponge props from turning yellow? My suggestion is twofold. One is you should wash sponge balls on a regular basis. I mean, I don't think that magicians think about that as often as they should. Whenever I work restaurants, there are dozens, or a cocktail party, there are dozens of people each evening who are handling sponge balls or sponge rabbits or whatever. I would suggest you just put them in a basin of water, kind of massage them a little bit, and then put some soap in there, and then massage it again, and then squeeze, and then put some fresh water, rinse it, and clean those sponges. Your sponge balls, again, should be washed on a regular basis. As to whether these will actually turn yellow over a period of time, the answer is probably yes, over a period of time, which is why I guess you need to buy, again, you have some backups. You got 5 in this set, or just buy another set, because once they turn yellow, there's not much else you could do. I don't think you could dye them white. Maybe you can, not sure. And as Carolyn said, yeah, any white powder. Yeah, I know, didn't want to go there, but you get the idea. And so, hey, Alan, good to see you then too, man. And also, yep, good idea then, Hal, just keep your hands clean. And that's another thing is whenever you're working restaurants, keep your hands clean, particularly now that we're in a COVID situation. Make sure that you use hand sanitizer. And there are a lot of times people, particularly now, may not want to have something in their hands, doing a sponge ball coin routine, even picking a card. That's why I like this, again, because this isn't in their hand, but it's still a sponge ball trick, easy to carry and perhaps lose. So kind of keep it, for gentlemen who've got that little pocket area, in the, I should say, a little top of your pocket, you've got a little area for coins. Perhaps that might be a good place in your jeans to keep this. And they get pulled out easily. And so, again, you're not putting anything in their hands, but they're still seeing you produce a rabbit, because that's oftentimes what people say, can you pull a rabbit out of my hat? Well, let's try. Maybe you can pour some salt in the guy's hat, and wearing a ball cap, pour that in there and pull this out. I don't know. Different kinds of ideas, but that is something pretty cool. One last thing, by the way, that I do want to mention that I picked up while I was there. This was really the only thing that I purchased aside from this at the convention, and so I just wanted. This had apparently been around for a while, but it impressed me. This is called, by Plain Sight, called the Penrose Pendant, and comes in this whole thing. And I'm wearing this right now. It's a nice piece of jewelry, and the idea is you can show how that's, slides up and down, obviously, like that. But then when you have someone else hold this at the bottom, you can make it go at will, however that you want. So they're holding it down there, and then finally it can go all the way in their hand. And the cool thing about this, after it drops in their hand the whole thing to them, they try to thread that then back on that little pendant, and it won't work for them. It just keeps sliding back up and down, and then whenever you pick it up, you are able to make it stop at will, or any place you want. It could be stopped at Dan or Stephen or Charlie. It doesn't have to be stopping at Will. So anyhow, that is another little thing that you can that I picked up. That was called by Plain Sight. That was called, what did I call that again? The Penrose Pendant, based on a very old idea, obviously with a block of wood. But and how you might be able to tell me then what the name of that trick is. I can't think of that offhand. The name of the that block of wood trick, but kind of a nice piece of jewelry you can wear and then do a trick at a moment's notice. Then also a little walk around kind of thing as well. Well, anyhow, that about wraps it up. And so that for Danny, you said how was the I.B.M. convention for those who couldn't go? I suggest if you go back then to the website, that you can find that over at themagicwordpodcast.com. That's going to be like right up over here. And also on my YouTube channel that you can listen to 4 days of reports where I had talked with people who were there, the talent, the organizers, registrants, dealers, and everything like that. Thank you, Dave Arch. Thank you, buddy. QBO is the trick I was trying to think of. That is absolutely it. Danny, thank you. I think actually you're the winner, Danny. You came in first. I have nothing to give you as a prize other than my undying friendship, which you already have. So that's about all there is to talk about. Just a quick box opening. I wanted to jump in and out. And so I thank you guys for being here for this quick little thing. And I just want to give a quick plug then also, if you haven't subscribed to the pod letter for the Magic Word Podcast, please do that and go to themagicwordpodcast.com. You can subscribe there. You'll see this little pop-up that comes in. Also, again, I'll be reporting from FISM next week, and then as soon as I get back, I'm going straight to Abbott's, and I'll be reporting from Abbott's. Once I get back, I'm going to Baltimore, where I'll be at Poe's Magic Conference, which will be featuring Jeff McBride and several others doing storytelling and how to make your magic a lot stronger, better presentations, and everything then like that. Also, I was not planning on putting out an episode yesterday, but late in the evening, I decided after drinking a couple of martinis that perhaps it was not a bad idea to put one out, because it was number 700. And with all these podcasts I've got coming up, number 700 would get lost in there. So I wanted to feature this with Mike Caveney. If you've not heard this yet, I highly recommend it. It is very entertaining. A lot of great stories about Martin Lewis, who is ill right now, but his new book is out also, which I just ordered, and perhaps I might have a box opening for that if I get it in time. Also, I'm talking about the Left-Handed League and Harry Anderson and some other people, as well as the Egyptian Hall and how he got David Copperfield started in collecting for his museum and everything. So anyhow, you're welcome. You guys, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. Cheers. And yep, looking. I would like to make the British Ring Convention over there then sometime. That's someplace. So I would say, yep. Oh, Gary, if you're going to be at Abbott's, awesome. Haven't seen you there in a long time. It's going to be a lot of fun. So until next time, I am going to say, let me see if I can get us out of here with my usual. My usual generic outro. Thanks again. Till next time, Scotty out.